Hi, second graders. Today's lesson is Unit 5, Lesson 16 for Skills. Our learning targets that we'll be working on during the lesson today, we will be able to practice our new spelling words. We will review spellings for the schwa sound. Remember, schwa says and we are going to be reading the story called The Fearsome Beast. You'll be working a little bit more with The Fearsome Beast on your Google form. So we do have a new list of spelling words for this round of 5 lessons. So this week, these are words that you should be studying at your house. So let's take a look at them together. All of the spelling words this week use the tricky spelling Y. So when we think of the tricky spelling Y, we know that the letter Y can say Y, the letter Y can say E, the letter Y can say I, and the letter Y can say I. So I want you to pay close attention. What sound does the letter Y make in each of these words? Repeat them after me. Yelled. Good. Yelled says Y. Yarn. Your turn. Yellow. Yes. Make sure you're repeating these words. Myth. Good. The Y in myth says I. Symbol. System. Cry. The Y in the word cry says I. Frying. Satisfy. Yawn. Sticky. The Y in sticky says E. Lying. Energy. And our tricky word this week is edge. Very good. How would you pronounce this word? I want you to read this word that's on your screen right now. Some of you might have said gem, and some of you might have said gem. Remember, the letter G sometimes says G and sometimes says J. Remember that D-G-E is pronounced J. Sometimes students will pronounce this word as E-D-G or E-D-G-E. But remember, this word is pronounced edge. I want you to say the word edge. Very good. So which letter comes first in our alphabet? The letter E or the letter M? Sometimes it's helpful to sing the alphabet song inside your head and ask yourself which comes first. A, B, C, D, E. There it is. E comes before the letter M. So when we're writing in alphabetical order, we would write edge before myth. How about here? Which letter comes first in the alphabet? C or F? Well, let me sing it out loud. A, B, C. Oh, there's our first one. So C comes before the letter F, which means when we're writing in alphabetical order, cry would come before frying. We have learned several spellings for the schwa sound, and just to review, I want everyone to put their shoulders up really high, and I want you to go ugh. One more time, put them up really, really high, and then go ugh. So our schwa sound says ugh, and there's lots of ways that we can spell that. What you're going to be working on your Google form are questions out of 16.2. So this is a fill in the blank worksheet. It looks like this. And you're going to choose the word that best completes the sentence. In and blank, call 911. And you're going to choose which of those words best completes your sentence. That will be independent work after you're done with the video. So, next up, we're going to be talking about the story called The Fearsome Beast. The Fearsome Beast is the next story in our Sir Gus reader. Okay? You will be reading this on your own inside the Google form down at the bottom, but we will take a look at what you're going to be asked to do. All right, so in the story, The Fearsome Beast, you're going to read about one of Sir Gus's other adventures. This will be in your Google form, but I wanted to scroll through. What I did is I used the table of contents to help me find the page. You will have the page already projected inside your Google form. All right, so we know that Sir Gus likes to sleep in, and he starts out this story yawning and stretching. He wakes up a little late, which sounds about right, and he's headed into the woods of doom. Ooh, the woods of doom. You're going to read through the story and see what happens with the bandits. You're going to meet some bandits in today's story, okay? You can glance at the pictures real quick. You're going to meet another character in today's story and see what Sir Gus does to try and fend him off. Okay, we're also going to look at how King Alfred reacts to what Sir Gus does. We know that King Alfred likes Sir Gus. We know that King Alfred thinks that Sir Gus does a lot of amazing things, even though we know that Sir Gus tends to get lucky. So if you take a peek back over at your Google form for today, this is down at the bottom of your screen. You're going to read The Fearsome Beast, and then you're going to practice sequence, okay? So it's going to be your job to read the events and ask yourself, what happened first in the story? And you'll select which of these events happened first. And then what happened second? And select which event happened second. And then third and fourth and fifth. Remember, you can and should always go back into the text and double check. If you're not 100% sure if it happened second or third, go back into the story and double check. So 16.3 questions about the fearsome beast will be in your Google form as well. Remember, you need to be practicing these spelling words at home each night with a family member. You can write them on index cards. You can write them on a loose leaf piece of paper. You can make sentences out of them in your writing. You can make sentences out of them in conversation, okay? See if your parents can spot you using a spelling word during the week while you're practicing. So for today's lesson, we took a look at our new spelling words. We reviewed them. We reviewed what sound the letter Y makes in each of them. You're going to be practicing the schwa sound on your Google form, your fill in the blank, so which words make the sound. And you will be reading the text, The Fearsome Beast, and practicing sequencing some of those events in order. So make sure you are double checking your work. Make sure you're looking back in the story to help you and ask questions if you need it. Okay, that is all for today. Very nice job, and we'll see you tomorrow.